What up, people of the world? Special Caesar and friends coming at you with more sweet tabletop cosmic horror, folks. Welcome back to our Call of Cthulhu campaign. I am Special Caesar, and I will be your keeper of arcane lore for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining us. Tonight, our investigators will be finishing the scenario None More Black from the Doors to Darkness module pack on Roll20. And since we are so near to the end of this, I am anticipating a relatively short session this evening, which will of course culminate in the investigator development phase. We do have a full crew of players, so without further ado, I would like to welcome to the table Duane, playing as Guy Fontaine.
Hi everyone.
Kev, as Abraham Lincoln.
Hello all who's watching me now.
Martin as Sterling Lake.
Hey everyone, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm pretty sure that might help us.
Paul as Vinny Bufalino.
Hello from sunny Rio Rico, Arizona.
And finally, Elena as Frances Walsted.
Ciao a tutti da Elena.
Lovely, thank you. Now, as usual, can all the players please make a note of their indefinite insanity boundaries by removing 1/5 from their current sanity and marking down that number. And aside from that, I don't have any further announcements, so let us all commence the Call of Cthulhu. Yes.
Quick
great.
question, Jules. Yeah. So are you marking indefinite insanity at the start of a session or at the start of the adventure? Because for me, it's two very different things.
Yes, it should be at the start of the adventure. So it was more. Can you make a note of? Can you keep track of it from what it was before? No,
right.
Yeah, is what I meant to say. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it should be the number that you had from the few sessions ago, just continued. So in the last episode, the investigator team decided to stake out the slaughterhouse in which Jacob Dover and his cronies were creating the black. Enlisting the help of Seamus O'Shea, they then ambushed Jacob Dover on the road from the slaughterhouse, killing both him and his bodyguard, Willis Carter, and dumping their bodies in the river. They then proceeded to head to the slaughterhouse to ensure that the black could not be produced there anymore, and upon arriving, a firefight broke out between the investigators and the remaining blackheads. As they fought, though, a mysterious colossal entity formed from the remnants of many animal carcasses and bones, and animated by the black. It appeared in the corner of the slaughterhouse and charged the nearest blackhead, tearing him limb from limb. At this moment, Guy faints and Abraham grows paranoid, but we are yet to see how this will impact upon his behaviour, as it is now his turn. However, just before he can act, Sterling Lake bursts into the slaughterhouse in an effort to help save his friends. And so the first thing we need is a sanity roll from you, Sterling, as you spot the enormous monstrosity. Okay. Oh, an extreme success. Very good. So, I think it's... Let me just check. That's a D4, please, of sanity loss.
Okay.
And I'll move
Well, is
everyone...
that even with an extreme? It must be pretty scary then.
Yes, it's pretty terrifying. Okay, so you rolled max, unfortunately. That means you lose 4 points of sanity. Luckily, it's not enough to tip you into temporary insanity, so you're all good. You just lose the 4 sanity points.
Oh god, yeah, because if it's 5, I have a little funny turn thing.
If it's 5, you have to you have to roll an intelligence check in order to see if you comprehend what you're seeing, as Guy and Abraham had to do last session, and it resulted in unfortunate insanity for both of them.
Yes.
Can you please roll?
Well, not yay, but yay for me.
Yeah. Can you please roll your dex as well? To the turn order.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Do I have to click on the thing first?
You need to do initiative to turn tracker and click on your token first and
Yeah.
foremost.
Yeah. My thing's not showing my token. Let me. You guys continue because my computer's been funny now.
Okay.
It's not showing me any of the tokens. It might be my Roll20, so I might have to come back on.
Can you see the map though?
No, it was just white a minute ago, so I'm just reloading. Hopefully it'll work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, now I can see the map. Before I couldn't.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it is a Roll20 issue rather than a
Yeah.
settings issue. Okay, no problem. We move on to Kev as Abraham Lincoln. So he was paranoid for 7 turns. That now goes down to 6 turns, 6 rounds, and it is his turn.
I boot the can of fuel that I brought in with me across towards the 3 blackheads,
Down here.
and then I'm going to put bursts of machine gun into it,
Okay.
screaming, "You dirty fishmen! You're all going down!"
When you say boot, you mean you throw it? How do you
Well, I've got the machine gun in my hand, so I guess I have to kick it across
kick
or
it
something
across
like
the
that.
floor? Make a strength check to see how well you kick it. Because a 2-litre canister is not an easy thing to kick quite far. Hard success, very good. Okay, so you do succeed in kicking it, and it kind of clumps and rolls over, trundles over to around here. And then how many bursts are you putting into it?
I'm going to put 3 bursts into that area.
Okay, 3 bursts of 5 rounds. Don't forget to mark off the ammunition as you use it. First burst will be with 1 penalty die because it's a automatic fire, and then after that each burst is with a consecutive penalty die, so it'll be second burst 2 penalty die, and then third burst 3 penalty die.
Right, let me just get somewhere to note my ammo usage. Just under.
I mean, it's fairly arbitrary with Abraham because he's got something like an 80 round drum.
That's 50, I think.
50 round drum, right? Okay, that's still pretty colossal. So
Yeah, 50.
long firefights, you'll need to pay attention to that, but I think in this one it should be okay.
Okay, so first one, it's got 1 penalty dice, yeah?
That's correct, yeah. So that's a failure. Please roll a penalty to see if it's a malfunction. Nope. So 66 just misses. So your bullets spatter and hit around the canister, but unfortunately none of them make contact with it. Okay, an extreme success. Please roll the penalty. That turns into a 64, which is unfortunately a failure, because it's a second penalty as well, actually, because it's the second burst. Yeah, so still a 64. And then the third burst is with 3 penalty dies. So that's a failure, and then the 3... Oh, I just realised the maximum number of penalty dies you can get is 2, isn't it? And then after that it becomes... You have to acquire a hard success in order to hit. And then after that it becomes an extreme success, and then after that it's a critical success.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, 2 penalty die either way, just 1 more just to see if it's a malfunction, which it isn't. So unfortunately you shoot all over the place, all around it.
Yeah.
And you're unable to make contact with the actual canister itself.
I will then go and stand over Guy and shout something to the effect of, "You're not killing more of my friends."
Okay, very nice. Thank you, Abraham. Frances, your turn.
Okay, so if
There
I
is
understand correctly,
Yeah, there's a gas canister here with it is. I'm assuming you took the lid off it, so it will be leaking some gasoline. It just won't be as everywhere as Abraham would have hoped.
is it here? Right.
Yeah. I'll see if I can
Okay.
find one actually.
And yeah, there is a broken desk because I jumped on it, and I have now some torches that I prepared in the previous round, right? So the plan was different before all of this happened. I was originally gonna throw the torch to them, but I saw Guy is now on the ground, right? And then there is Agent Lincoln shouting scary things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. So then I'm gonna run to here to where Guy is.
Is
And
that
while
within
I'm
your
running,
movement range? Please make sure you're paying attention to movement range if you want to do actions and things.
Sure, I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you've got 7 movement range, don't you? So yeah, that's 21-ish, 24.
I got 8.
8, so that's 24. Yeah, so you're good. Okay.
That's 24. Is that feet or
24
yeah, because
feet.
we never.
If you want to do an action, if you want to do a melee action, you can do it, but it won't happen till the end of the round. You can move 24 feet times 3 and then do a melee action, but
Yeah,
that
that's the
won't
idea.
that won't take place until at the end of the round if you move further than whatever 24 is 60.
Okay,
82 or whatever it is.
I'll tell you what I was thinking. Okay, I was thinking of running here.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm running there, I let one of the 2 torches on the ground. I'll just let the torch fall on the ground next to the canister
So as you're
while I'm
running
passing.
past.
When I'm running past.
Okay.
The idea was to grab Guy and drag him here.
Okay, you won't be able to do all of that in one action. You can in one turn, especially because it's out of range of your movement. What I will allow you to do is run where you said you wanted to run, dropping the torch en route if I can find one.
Can I ask a question? Sorry, it's me not really understanding the movement thing. When I was here last turn,
Yeah.
I ran all the way up here, 120.
That's correct, because it's... Oh, it's 5 times, sorry, not 3 times. So it's 24 times 5 you can move.
And then times 3.
No, just times 5. So it's
Yes,
8.
because
8 is your movement rate. If you want to do an action on your... within that movement rate, it's times 3 because it's 8 times 3 equals how many feet?
No, we were... sorry. I didn't explain myself. We were converting feet to, what was it, yards or stuff like that with the times 3 thing. Yeah, no worries. It's just a conversion we were doing. So and my movement is it's 8 times 5, so I can go here basically.
Yes, but then your action won't happen until the end of the round. If you're just running, you can run, no problem. If you're doing an action, that's when it happens at the end of the round if you use your full movement.
Okay. Okay, so I run there for now.
Okay.
I let the torch fall on the ground.
Right.
I let it go. I just dropped it while running there.
Okay.
So next round I can go back in, grab Guy and drag him out.
Okay, that's fine.
Hopefully.
Guy is unconscious for 4 more rounds, unfortunately. So we move on to Seamus O'Shea, who looks at... I just want to do this quickly as well because for Martin's benefit, he hasn't seen it. That's kind of what... In fact, I've got a better picture of that. I'll share it again for everyone to see the art, Rawhead and Black Bones. That's what the creature looks like, a bit like that.
So this is the main bad guy that's appeared somehow.
Yes, and it said something to the effect of, "How dare you steal my blood? I will punish you like the mosquitoes that you've been for abusing my sacred holy blood," or something along those lines. And then it ran up from here to here and tore this blackhead limb from limb.
Cool.
So Seamus O'Shea, seeing that creature, is going to be like, "Oh, what the hell is that thing? I didn't sign up for this shit, I'm out of here." And he is just going to book it. He is going to leg it. His full movement rate which should be more than enough to get him off the map. It's 7 times 3 to turn yards into feet is 21, and then to do his full movement is 21 times 5, which is about 105, I believe, isn't it? So he can move 105 feet from where he was, which was there. Which, if that's 50, then he's well out. He's gone. He disappears from the slaughterhouse. Which means we move on to the next turn, which are the enemy's turns. So the blackhead, this guy has jumped up to 100 because he's got his gun out. He is... yeah, he's going to shoot probably at Sterling, because Sterling has just come barreling in. And he's within range, 20-30 feet. Let me just check the blackhead's range. "15 yards, so that's 45 feet. I mean, you're all in range, so he'd need to move a little bit, so he's got decent sight. But actually, he's seen the kerosene on the floor and the torch. Just trying to decide what this guy's going to do, because he's got the monster over there, the flaming torch next to the kerosene here. He can probably take a shot from where he is and then move, because he shot from there before. So yeah, he is going to shoot at you, Sterling. He's going to take a single shot at you. Would you like...
Point of order, Governor. I mean, he's just seen his mate eaten by the monster. I don't know, that might have a bearing on what he does next.
That's true, actually. I'll make morale checks for them. What's their... I suppose it would be power. Or sanity. He can make a sanity roll and see how he handles seeing his friend torn limb from limb. And they are just teenagers after all, so they are probably going to leg it. Yeah, he fails the sanity roll, so yeah, you've made a good point. Having seen his friend torn limb from limb and seen Sterling arrive, then he's just completely overwhelmed at this point and outnumbered. And being just drunk adult teenagers, their will to fight isn't particularly strong either, so he is going to leg it. I just need to find out how far their movement rate is to make sure he can get off the board, which he probably can. Movement rate of 8, yeah, so he just turns and legs it and just goes out this door. And the last thing you see of him is him running off down the street or down towards the road.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
The Night Gaunt. Which one is it? It's this one here that was attacking Seamus. So it's going to turn and swoop down on this blackhead here. It would appear the Night Gaunts are in a similar allegiance to whatever this creature is. And he's going to sweep down and take a swing at this blackhead. The blackhead is going to try and dodge. So, fighting attack is a failure anyway. I will check to see if the blackhead fumbles his dodge attempt. His dodge is 25%, and I don't think it has... Oh, there it is. It is a fumble. So he ducks, but as he ducks, he stumbles, probably over the canister on the floor, and he hits the deck. He is now prone and lying in a rapidly spreading puddle of gasoline. So his situation's not good at all. With the Night Gaunt hovering above him, I'll do that for prone. The Night Gaunt had his action. It's not going to move anywhere because it's just trying to kill these blackheads. Second Night Gaunt, so partially in the middle of attacking you, Abraham, it turns and flies away, and it's going to come after this other blackhead here. Let me just check if we can actually make that. It's got a flight speed of quite high. I think it was 12, I said, wasn't it? Night Gaunt.
I think something like that. It was flying around like mad before.
Yeah, movement rate of 12, so it can move 36 feet and make an attack. Oh, so it can't quite... It can get to where its chum is, but not quite... Actually, that's within 5 feet of that guy, so if I move him back to there, they're kind of on top of each other, but you can imagine they're circling above the blackhead's heads. He is going to make a melee attack against this blackhead, who is going to also try and dodge. So the Night Gaunt's attack. Fighting. He fails. And let me just check again to see if it's a fumble on the dodge from the blackhead. It's not a fumble, it's just a failure. So this guy ducks and he doesn't fall over. This blackhead is dead, so I'll take him out of the turn order. This blackhead, he's the one who just dodged. He is going to leg it as well out this door and disappears off down the street. And then the final blackhead, who's lying down covered in gasoline, he's going to stand up. There's no like half movement rate or anything. It's free to stand up, isn't it, in Call of Cthulhu? So yeah, he's just going to stand up and also run out the door and try and get out of here. So, with no more adversaries to face, Rawhead and Blackbones turns to look at you, and its initial movements that were quite agitated and aggravated seem to calm, and it seems to still a lot compared to how it was moving before. I just need to check. It's got quite a big movement range, actually. I think Rawhead and Blackbones does. Movement of 10, so it could move 30 feet or 30 feet and do an action, or 150 feet, so it can easily move all the way up to all of you. And it's going to do that, but its action would happen at the end of the round. It doesn't take an action, it just slithers up over to you and then just kind of expands upwards and over you. And as you can see in this picture, it just it doesn't attack, but it's intimidating you greatly. It's kind of hovering over you, just waiting to see what happens next. Vinny, your turn.
Okay.
Oh, it's the top of the round, isn't it? Sorry, I meant to say the torch catches fire. So the torch here on the ground, the gasoline spreads out long enough or wide enough along the ground to touch the torch that Frances Walsted dropped, and the whole thing ignites, goes up in flames. So this is now a burning gasoline, a burning puddle here on the ground. Vinny, your turn.
I will shoot the big menacing overhanging bone creature.
You're going to shoot at it, okay. It's not going to do anything. It takes the shot, a hard success. Does 3 damage normally, but your bullet seems to impact it and it pings off one of the skulls. And you seem to think you may have done minimal damage to it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's got that much hit points left.
And I'm going to move outside.
Okay, probably wise. So you can move. You can move your movement rate in feet now, which is movement rate times 3, because it's your movement rate equals how many yards you can move. So we convert it into feet, which is multiplied by 3.
Yeah, but I just went around the corner outside.
Okay, no problem.
Right behind the door.
Oh, Sterling, sorry, I completely missed you in the turn order before because we hadn't changed it. I thought that would happen.
It's okay. I wasn't sure where.
Yeah. So actually, you get your turn between the Night Gaunts and the Rawhead and Blackbones. So before all this happens, before he approaches, when he's back here still, it's your turn. I'm terribly sorry, I messed that up.
So who is it? One of the? Is it Guy that's unconscious?
Yes. So Guy is here on the floor unconscious. Abraham is standing above him, looking paranoid and alarmed.
Okay, I'm gonna just be like deja vu, like someone broke my my idea of blowing stuff up. But I'm just gonna grab Guy.
Okay, so you're trying to pick
drag
him
him
up and move him and drag him outside, or are you just picking him up?
I'm not strong. I'll just drag him on the floor. I ain't doing anything fancy with it.
Okay, so because you're just dragging him, I'll allow that without a check. If you were trying to pick him up or something, it would require a strength check. So you can move, again, your movement times 3 in feet. Does anyone else have connection issues, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
Roll20 has just dropped out on us because it's saying your connection to the server has been interrupted.
Yeah, I've got the same.
Yeah, my character's moving though, so it must do something.
I'm
Yeah,
not
it pops off. Sometimes it just does like a bit of
delay.
delay, and then gets on.
Okay,
now.
so yes, everyone's disappeared from the bottom of my screen.
Yeah.
The names have all disappeared, but the
Oh,
alert.
now
Okay, we're back.
They're all back now.
Yeah, we're back. We're good. Okay. Hopefully the stream wasn't interrupted at all. I don't think it is. It looks like it's still in good condition.
For some reason, the monster just popped back across the screen as well.
Yeah, I moved him back because it's Sterling's turn before the monster moves.
Right.
So I just wanted to, just in case he wanted to do anything. But so you're moving Guy. Whereabouts are you moving Sterling? Dragging him to.
Yeah, I'll just drag him as far as I can. I'll be moving more past Francis because I'll be like, Francis, didn't we look at that spooky book? Doesn't that have anything about this monster? And that's all I can remember from last time.
Very good. So you drag Guy out to there. Then the monster moves to here. Vinny Jones takes his shot at him, and Abraham is paranoid for 5 more turns. Abraham, do you allow Sterling to drag Guy away?
Good. I mean, as a paranoia, he'd recognise him as one of my friends, don't I? So, as far as I can do, he's one of my agents that I need to protect. So, yeah, I think I would.
Sure, no problem. What
I'm
would
just
you like
thinking,
to
should I
do?
make a sanity roll or something like to be able to see that, or should
It's
I?
up to you. It's how you want to roleplay it, really. Do you want me to read out
Okay.
the paranoid description again so you have an understanding?
Yeah, go on.
Let me just have a look for it.
I think it was basically everybody's out to get me, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember that saying that specifically. Paranoia. The investigator suffers severe paranoia for however many rounds. Everyone is out to get them. No one can be trusted. They are being
Ooh.
spied on. Someone has betrayed them. What they are seeing is a trick. So you believe that one of these people amongst your team may have been responsible for the destruction. They may have been a traitorous insider causing the destruction of your bureau.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to make a sanity roll, and if I fail it, I'm going to pick somebody randomly as being the person that
Okay, no problem.
I think is the traitor. Oh.
Extreme success, though. You see through rationality, I suppose, and everything calms.
Yeah, I think it's somebody else then that's done it. So I'll just step back out of here, guard, and then I'll go back to 24 feet or wherever I can, and be ready to spray anything that comes to. Well, you can't have ready actions, can you?
You can wait until something has its turn, and then you get the turn after it.
Is anybody still nearby, or is everybody
But
moved off quite?
You can't move and do that. You just have to wait where you are. Is anybody
Oh,
else?
right, okay.
Francis is next, and then
No, I'll move out the door because there's nobody in our team still inside of it,
no. That's
and I'll move to where most of the rest of the bunch is to cover the rear.
okay.
So if they've gone a long way, I'll go along. If they've only gone a short distance, I'll go sort of between
Everyone's
them and
just
the door.
outside the door so far, so where you're standing is
Right.
basically where you'd be if you're between them and the door.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Francis, your turn.
Yeah, I'll go to next to Sterling and help him drag Guy away. Not Sterling, I don't think there is anything in that book that can help for this one. If I remember correctly, because obviously the book is in the pocket, so I cannot take it out really. If I can remember correctly, it was a call upon the black. We don't want to call the black. The black is already here. I was like, don't remember if there is this spell, the black. So
I can't remember. I thought it was like my spell book where like you could call it and de-summon it or talk to it.
And this-
I can't
yeah.
remember the wording of the spells.
I don't think so. I can drop Guy. Well, gently. I just stop. I just stop helping Sterling for a second.
Throw him roughly to the floor, said Duane.
And go to the pocket and quickly scroll through the book while I am walking next to Sterling. Do I see anything like Dispel the Black?
What parts of just something to clarify? There's a mechanic here. What part of the book are you scouring through?
Oh, I'm doing like a flick through the whole thing in a way.
The bit where it says content and then says get rid of monsters bit, I think.
Index. Yeah, the index that says, yeah.
Okay, no, you don't find anything then from your frantic flicking through. You just recall that it had the spell contact. I'm gonna have to check myself now because it's been a while.
I'm checking my notes now, but
so
I think
it had the Call the Black spell, the Speak with Yib Still, contact deity, and Call Down the Faceless Ones. All of them are spells that you haven't learnt at the moment, so you wouldn't be able to use them even if you wanted to, though.
But at the question that Sterling posed, really, so the answer was right. No, Sterling, there isn't a dispel or desummon the black.
Okay.
So I'll allow you to make a idea roll here, which is give me 1 second. Yes, I will just check. It's a intelligence roll.
It's intelligence, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and according to your success, you'll get a clue. Your success level, you'll get a clue.
Oh wow! It's an extreme 2 out of 70.
It is in fact a 2 out of 70, almost a critical success. So I will re-emphasize that much of the book was underlined.
Well, Francis, why not add a luck point and do a super success? Maybe you'll get more from it.
You can't get a critical success from using luck, unfortunately, or change the fumble. You can turn it to a 1, but it'll still be an extreme success.
Oh, okay.
But you frantically looking through the book, you suddenly notice yet again, I'll reiterate this, that a lot of the book has been underlined.
Yeah, okay, Sterling, a lot of the book is underlined. I don't know how that helps, because if a lot of the book is underlined...
Well, certain segments of the book are underlined.
Okay, so I just concentrate on what segments are underlined.
Okay, that's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you very much. So in the segments that are underlined, you read about Yib Still and his weakness to running water. And you realise with a shock that any kind of running water at all would be fatal to a creature made from Yib Still's blood.
Sorry, did you say water because you glitched for a second?
Running water, moving water.
Running water,
yes.
Like from a hose.
Exactly, from a hose or a river or running off a rooftop.
Okay.
Anything that's moving, so it would wash the blood away, would be extremely fatal to this creature.
Okay, I'm so glad that I chose fire.
Okay.
Right, okay.
So you do still have your movement left. I'll take that as an action because it's taking you long enough to look through the book.
Yeah.
Would you like?
Well, I'm telling out loud. I'm telling Sterling, everything that I am reading and this thing, which is very useful.
Francis, you should always make sure I'm with you because clearly you wouldn't have got that clue otherwise.
Clearly, you're absolutely right, Sterling. Where have you been, by the way? All this time.
Question, yeah.
I missed you. I couldn't do anything right.
So, are you moving anywhere, or are you just going to stay there, Francis?
I'm staying there, and I'm basically walking with Sterling, and if he moves, I move with him.
Okay, no problem. Guy is unconscious for 3 more rounds, unfortunately. Sorry, Duane, this is not the most fun for you, I understand. But
no, it's fun to watch. I had a quick question out of sort of meta. What happened to Seamus? I lost track of him.
He ran off. Upon seeing the big monster, he shat himself and legged it.
Okay.
We will remember it.
Yes, I'm sure you will. I'll pay dearly for that. The night gaunts. It is nighttime, I believe, so they are going to come out after you. This one can move 30 feet. No, 12 is 36 feet. So you're all out of range, so you'll have to use its full movement and then make a melee attack.
Did they take any fire damage when they're... Because you set fire to them as a blackhead acting as a wick?
They're flying, so not really.
Okay.
I would say they'd have to fly up and over it, but because they've got 120 movement range or whatever, they basically can fly out no problem.
Yeah.
But their action is obviously going to happen at the end of the round. So one of them's going to fly out and make an attack against you, Abraham. That will happen at the end of the round. The second Night Gaunt is going to fly out towards Vinny and try and swipe at Vinny. Sterling, your turn.
Oh, really? Oh, I guess... I don't know what I need to roll. Like, would I know if there's like a hose pipe outside? I can see one inside.
There is one inside. There was one set up there that was, according to the description, used to wash away the offal and blood and various runoffs of the slaughterhouse. I'll allow you to make a luck roll. If you get a hard success or above, I'll say there's another hose pipe parallel to it outside.
I was going to say, I didn't know if the hose inside was for decoration or it was actually possibly
No, it was
useful,
actually that I set it up specifically.
No.
Unfortunately, the only hose pipe you've seen so far was that one inside.
I guess I'll just have to keep dragging... Yeah, I'll just keep dragging Guy a little bit further away.
Okay, so you can do your movement... Sorry, yeah.
There's no water around her, is there? It's not like we're near a dock or a river.
We're near the river.
Yeah.
It's across the road.
Oh, so it's not that... So am I dragging Guy towards the river or away from the river?
Throw him in, that'll wake him up. Oh, no, don't say that.
I'll be slowly dragging him whichever way the river is, so I'm hoping I'm on the right side of the door and not the wrong side.
I think the river's to the south, actually, as far as I know.
Great. Right. It's fine. I'll keep. I'm on this route, and I'm just gonna keep dragging him. So I'll drag him as far as I can.
Okay, let me just check the map again quickly, because we did say it was actually the river would be to the east, so you're on the complete opposite side of.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Just looking at the map.
It's the way this workhouse has been going.
Okay, I'll slowly be dragging them, I guess, all the way behind the building, and hopefully...
Yes,
yeah.
This side is where the river is at.
Okay. No worries, Guy. We'll get you there eventually if you don't get eaten.
Just slowly, bit by bit, dragging Guy Fontaine behind you. Lovely. Okay, move Guy to there. Rawhead and Black Bones. It did not like you shooting at it, Vinny, so it's going to move. I think it can. Yeah, it can easily move 30 feet. It's going to move out and is going to make 2 attacks against you. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
Dodge.
Okay, so I will roll his attack first. He gets a success. You will need an excess or higher in order to avoid the 12 damage.
Oh.
Very good.
Wow.
So you managed to dodge. It lashes out a hoof tentacle.
Just barely.
Yeah, a hoofed tentacle at you, and you just barely flinch out of the way. Second attack. A question for you, Duane. Does the outnumbered rule apply here? Because he technically would be outnumbered, but it's the attack coming from the same creature.
I can't say 100%, but I believe that the second attack would have the bonus die. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I believe so.
That's what I think as well. Yeah.
Right.
So there is.
I'll do a quick lookup in my PDF.
Okay, thank you for that. So there's a rule in Call of Cthulhu where once you've used your dodge, if you get attacked by a melee attack again, because you're considered outnumbered, they get a bonus die on their attack. So he is going to try and headbutt you with one of his skulls. Would you like to dodge this attack or fight back?
Dodge.
Okay. So here comes his fighting attack with a bonus die. He fails, and the bonus die turns that into a 0-7, which of 40 is a extreme success, I believe. Yeah, it says all subsequent melee attacks on them are made with one bonus die. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, characters and monsters that have more than one attack per round may also dodge or fight back that number of times before the bonus die is applied. So if a monster has 2 attacks, it can dodge twice before the outnumbered rule applies to it. Yeah. Okay, so my next question is 0-7. Is that an extreme success? My math's terrible, so I can't work it out. It's 1/5, isn't it? So 5 times 7 is, in fact, 40, isn't it? So it's bang on.
No, it's 35.
35.
Okay, so it's just a hard success. So you will need a hard success or higher, Vinny, in order to dodge the, again, 12 damage. Uh-oh. So you fail, the skull whips out, cracks you on the forehead, and inflicts 12 damage upon you. How much health do you have?
Let me check. I only have 3 hit points.
Oh, because you were hit previously, weren't you? You were stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terribly sorry to do this to you so early in the campaign for you. But Vinny...
That goes down to 10 if it helps.
You love it. You love it.
That goes down to what, sorry, Kev?
To 10, because he's got armour on.
Oh, okay, you're absolutely right. So that does take it down to 10 damage. However, 10 is still way more than he has, and that means it is just a straight killing blow.
Mm-hmm.
So, Vinny, please utter your last words.
Akio!
Classic, no doubt. So Vinny has expired, unfortunately. The skull crunches against your own, and with a sickening crunch, your skull splits and you collapse and drop where you are with a "fuck you!" Can everyone please make a sanity roll? Everyone who witnesses this, so just Frances and Abraham. I forget, is Abraham immune to sanity loss because he's insane at the moment, isn't he? So, yeah, Abraham, you're fine because you're still suffering your bout of madness. You laugh it off. And Francis, you get an extreme success. You only lose 1 point of sanity.
Another one of the traitors dies!
Oh.
So Abraham, it is in fact your turn.
I machine gun the one that is just here.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the attacks of the Night Gaunts. They had attacks lined up, didn't they? So this one was against Vinny. He's lost his attack because Vinny's dropped dead. This one was against you, Abraham. Would you like to fight back or dodge?
I left a dodge, I think.
Okay. Here comes his claw attack. It is a success. You will need a success and you dodge it. It would have only done 1 point of damage to you anyway, but you do succeed in dodging, so it swipes above your head. It can't seem to get the altitude right, these Night Gaunts. Okay, now it is in fact your turn. So you wanted to...
I'll put a single burst into it.
Okay, so it's point blank range, cancelling out the penalty die of the automatic burst.
Oops, I feel like I have to interrupt here.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure Vinny is dead. He may be in the dying state right now.
Okay.
If we look at the rules for, it says, first off, you don't track negative hit points. He's at 0.
Yeah.
Right, and then if the character has taken a major wound, and I believe that was a major wound with the 10, obviously it's more than half his hit points. The character will soon die unless first aid is administered. See dying. If an uninjured character takes... So it's only instant death if the amount of damage is greater than the character's maximum hit points.
Oh, I thought it was current hit points. That's why I have slipped up. You're absolutely correct then.
Maximum hit points, yeah.
Okay, so
Which
Vinny...
was 11.
Okay, and
Yeah,
you only
so-
took 10 damage, so I thought it was 12, but Kev interjected and changed that to a 10. So
Yeah.
that does in fact make a big difference. You're absolutely right.
So characters subsequent to Vinny dying, subsequent to that turn, may want to intervene and try to save him.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right. But, sorry, yeah, carry on.
Thank you, husband.
Then we have to look at the rules for dying. The character immediately falls unconscious. Player must make a con roll at the end of the next round and every round thereafter. If one of these con rolls fails, the character dies immediately. Only the first aid skill can be used to stabilize a dying character. Medicine cannot be used to stabilize a dying character.
Yeah, so what we need to do, Vinny, you've dropped down into unconscious. At the end of your next round, you would have had to make a con roll, which just happened, incidentally, because Rawhead and Blackbones went last in the turn order. Then it was your turn, which I skipped because I thought you were dead. So we need a con roll from you to see if you do sustain the dying phase.
Was there no one who could have intervened with first aid prior to Vinny's turn coming up?
Unfortunately not. If you look at the turn order, Rawhead and Blackbones is at 35 and Vinny's at 130.
Oh, right.
So because Vinny's at the top of the round and Rawheads and Blackbones are at the bottom of the round, it just so happens that they just occur basically simultaneously. But as long as he makes this con roll, he will still be dying.
Mm-hmm.
Which he did do by 2. Very nice.
Just barely.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you very much for interjecting, guys. I really appreciate that. We have managed to keep a character alive here. For the moment, Vinny, you are in the dying phase. You've succeeded your con roll, and we move on to Abraham's turn. Abraham,
I see there is a dying box on the character sheet. Do I check that?
That's correct. Yes, please. If you could, I'll see if there's a token. I don't think I'll put the heartbreak.
It doesn't do anything.
It's just so you can keep track of the fact that you're dying, so you can remember that.
Oh, it highlights it. Okay.
In case he forgets he's dead.
I've put the half heart token on your half.
I see that
thing on your token, so you can see that.
Yep.
Yeah. Abraham, did you still want to shoot at the?
Yeah, because this thing's gonna just kill me if I don't. Oh, okay, so I miss anyway, and then I'll move over to him.
Okay, no problem. Francis, it is now your turn.
Okay, can you remind me how I do the corners here?
You press
not like that.
press Q, isn't it, or K?
Q. Oh.
I think you press Q every time you want to change. Yeah.
Oh, not like that.
No, not hold. Just press it once. Yeah.
Okay, I need help in understanding why sometimes we do the movement times 5 and then times 3 and sometimes not. Sorry.
That's fine. So, your movement rate, that is in yards. So the reason why we multiply it by 3 is to turn it into feet.
Okay.
And then the reason why sometimes we multiply again by 5 and sometimes not, it depends if you're doing an action or not. If you're doing an action that you want to happen on your turn, you can't multiply by 5. If you're just running and then doing an action at the very end of the round, you can multiply it by 5.
So, is it okay for me to go 120 feet, put myself there at the end of the arrow, and then shout, "Use running water on the beast"?
Yes, you can shout that as you're running. That's absolutely fine.
As I'm running.
As a free action.
Oh, no.
You can shout out as a free action, no problem. So you still technically have an action that will happen at the end of the round now if you want.
Okay.
Although I don't know what that was.
The action will be to shout it again. If I have to have an action, I will shout it again. And I'm looking for a hose or pipes or something. But the idea is to come up here enter the slaughterhouse from here and get to the pipe and just wash this thing.
Sure.
Well, that's the plan. I know that my plans have never come together, so at least. But so just to clarify, my movement is ×5 first, and then ×3 to convert it to yards. Yeah, 2 feet.
No, your movement is ×3 first to convert it to feet, and then you
because we've done the other way around the other time. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll just check that because 8 ×3 and then ×5. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, makes no difference.
Okay.
Yeah, the big difference is if you intend to do an action. If you're going to do an action, you're only times it by 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Sorry for the technical question.
No, that's fine. We just want to make sure you understand, obviously, so you can make decisions in the future. Guy is
because I was confused. Sorry, because I was confused earlier on this one, so that's why I was asking. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Yep.
That's okay. Guy is unconscious for another round. The first Night Gaunt is going to move after you, Abraham, and take another swing at you.
Yeah.
Actually, he's going to try and... what are their other abilities? He's got seize. He can seize you. He's going to attempt to seize you. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
I'm going to dodge again.
Okay, here comes the seize. An extreme success.
Shit.
You need extreme or higher to be able to dodge it. And you fail. So... let me just read how the tickle...
There is no damage. That's good.
Yeah, there's no damage.
Yeah, that means he picks me up and drops me from 100 feet in the air.
Kevin, can you not burn luck if you wanted to on the dodge? I think you could.
You'd have to burn 60 luck or something.
Yeah, I haven't got
right,
that much.
okay. Yeah, okay, because it has to be extreme, right? Okay.
It's actually kind of a naff technique. You need two Night Gaunts to lift someone into the air. So that one Night Gaunt can seize you and start tickling you. It does no damage. I'll just read it to you. The tickle may only work on foes who have already been seized, so you need 2 of them to tickle you anyway. A successful tickling attack is extremely unnerving, for the barb of their tail is razor sharp and perilous even when its light application does no damage. The target becomes bewildered, humiliated, and disoriented, suffering a penalty die on all rolls for 1d4 rounds or until the tickling stops. So this one has seized you, no damage, you are held by it. And then the second Night Gaunt is going to come over and proceed to start tickling you with its tail. So you are bewildered and humiliated by the fact that they're just tickling you.
Do I get any kind of fight back or anything though?
Not against the second. Your fight back opportunity and dodge opportunity was against the first one. Because you're seized, you don't get an opportunity to fight back or dodge on the tickle attack. You'll just get a penalty die for 1d4 rounds.
Sorry, I don't understand why. If it's only I get a penalty die, then that just means I get a penalty die on my dodge or fight back, doesn't it? Just seize mean that I just physically can't move, or it just means it's got hold of me?
I think it means that you can't move. Let me just read the bio and see if it says anything better. No, you might be right. I thought that it literally paralyzed you, but it just says you suffer a penalty die. But then the question is, would you just suffer a penalty die on the tickling attack itself? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I don't know. So the second one comes in. Did you say it has to have seized me as well before it can tickle me, or did it just come in?
You have to be seized. You have to be seized by one of them.
Right.
So one of them seizes you, and then the second one starts tickling.
Okay.
That's all the mechanics say. And I thought that meant you were paralyzed, but it just says here, yeah, target is immobilized. That's where I'm getting it. This says two different things. Slightly above that, during combat, it says tickle 40%. Target is immobilized for 1d6 plus 1 round. And then down below, it says the target becomes bewildered, humiliated, and disoriented, suffering a penalty die on all rolls for 1d4 rounds or until the tickling stops. Sorry about this, guys. I'm confused because it's got two different things. So we can just rule either way at this point. We could say either you're immobilized for 1d6 plus 1 rounds.
So would that be immobilized? Just means I can't move, but doesn't necessarily mean I can't fight back.
Okay.
So I might have no movement speed.
I took immobilized to mean paralyzed, so you're right there. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of it like grappling D&D. So
okay.
I don't know which is right though.
Yes. So you can still do stuff, yeah.
That's fine, yeah. So did you want to fight back or dodge his tickle attack?
I think I wouldn't be able to dodge because I can't physically move around, but I might be able to smack it because it comes in. So I'd go for fight back, I think.
Okay, no problem.
If that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me. He will try a tickle attack.
So that's a brawl, isn't it, to fight back?
And a fight back is your brawl. You need a critical success in order to succeed. Yeah, see here.
It's not in a good day.
He's not having a good day, no. Even here it says target is immobilized for 1d6 plus 1 rounds. It doesn't talk about having a penalty die for 1d4 rounds. So I'm really confused.
But is that the seizing is what's immobilizing you, and the tickling is what's giving you penalty dice?
No, the tickle, it says here tickle, alternate damage, 1d6 rounds immobile. That's what's immobilizing you. The seize.
Oh.
See, if you look above where it says seize, it says maneuver. Victim is held for tickle or other attacks. And I've just realised it's a maneuver. What's your damage? What's your build as well? Do you have a build of 1?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so they will in fact have penalty die.
Yeah,
then. Okay.
build 1, yeah.
All right, so first we'll go back up to the seize. This guy gets a penalty die. And he rolls an 8, so that's an 86, which is in fact a failure. So he fails to seize you from the start anyway, so none of this happens.
But we're still confused.
But we're still confused because it's got two different things in the rules section saying what they do, which is why I've got confused in the first place. Okay, so he moved over, or the first one moved over, failed to seize you. So it is in fact the second Night Court's turn still. He's not going to bother with this seizing bullshit. He's just going to move over and just take a swing at you. Would you like to fight or dodge?
He takes a look at the DM and goes, really, you going to try and do that again? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Fair shout to him. Fair shout. It's like, stop confusing me.
I'll fight back.
He will get a bonus die because you've already dodged once this round, so you're outnumbered. So
I'll still fight back. Might as well.
Okay, no problem. So this is a brawl attack coming from the Night Gaunt with a bonus die.
I miss anyway.
He misses, and his bonus die is the same, 71, so he misses too. So you both miss each other, and you're safe. Nothing happens. Sorry about that, guys.
That's cool.
Very confusing having two different descriptions written out on the same character sheet. Sterling, it is your turn again.
If I use first aid, would that wake Guy up, or would it not work anyway?
You can try. He's only got 1 round, so he's almost coming to. I'll give you a medicine check, see if you can slap him awake kind of thing, or...
Oh no, my medicine shit. Sorry, Guy. I'm thinking I'm just going to leave you and start running with Francis, because you're going to be awake soon anyway. So yeah. Just going to run to where Francis is, I think.
No problem. You could probably get a bit further than her, because you've got seven movement, don't you? So 7 times 3 is 21 to turn it into feet, and then you're moving your full distance, which is 100 feet, 105 feet. So if you were there, you can move. Whoops. I need to get the snap to center. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Very good.
Cool. I don't trust Frances because she'll do something weird, like put a disguise on or something. So I need to keep an eye on. Did I miss any disguises from last week, Frances? Did you get to do the maid outfit or the waitress or anything?
Nah, you just gave me a fantastic idea, though.
Uh-oh.
Rawhead and Blackbones, seeing...
When can I ask the keeper?
Yeah.
So everyone will go hate me. So the thing with the kerosene and stuff, is that just like going to be lit on fire, or was everyone trying to make a bomb, or were they just trying to make fire?
It's on fire now, and I was about to get to the top of the round, so the fire is spreading. Let's see if I can get.
But it's not a bomb. It's just fire, right?
It's just a gasoline
like
canister that's been lit on fire.
Okay. That's all I was going to ask. Yep, that's cool.
Let's see if I can get something from the web here. That looks good. So that's starting to spread now. Well, it's Rawhead and Blackbones' turn first. Seeing Vinny goes down, it's going to sigh in satisfaction and take a step back. It walks through the fire, or slithers through the fire, and begins to catch on fire. It seems to ignore it. It doesn't seem to be doing much to it at all, in fact.
Go away.
It seems to... Yeah, it seems to catch on fire, and the fire does absolutely nothing as the fire spreads around through the black and in between, and now the skulls and hooves are illuminated by blue reddish flames.
Getting bigger though it doesn't like feed on fire or anything.
It's not getting bigger, it's not getting smaller, it's just standing there on fire, not doing anything.
Okay, cool.
This is the top of the round, so the fire starts to spread. We'll say something like that. Vinny Bufalino, it is your turn. Can we please have another con roll from you? Another success. You cling to life for yet another round. Very good. Abraham, you've got 4 more rounds of paranoia. It's your turn.
Being paranoid, do I shoot shit or do I try to save him? I'm doing a sanity roll again to see if I can scrape together enough brain cells to decide to try to save his life. Oh, look at that. This is paranoia. I've got this under control. I'm going to try first aid check on him.
Okay.
Skills. Where the heck is first aid? Where's first aid on you? Is she?
It's column
Oh,
2.
I've got it. Found it.
No.
Oh well. If I push it, I could kill you, and I've only got a 34, so I don't think I'm going to push it.
Okay, no problem. You've got one.
Or you could spend 40 luck.
We all know how that turns out. Have I even got 40 luck? I've got a whole 58. I don't think I'm going to spend 40 luck though. That's nuts.
Okay.
I could try and push it, but with a 34, I'm not happy with that.
Up to you.
I think I'd kill him, so I don't want to do that.
Okay, no problem. Would you like to move anywhere? You still have your movement.
No, I'm still. Can I grab him and move him, or? No, I'll be taking an action, wouldn't it? So
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm just going to stand there and suck it up.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Francis, it's your turn again. Oh, why didn't the unconscious go down? That should be 1, shouldn't it? I don't know why I didn't go down last round. Okay, there we go. It was on 2 last round and then it didn't go down, so it should have ticked down.
Yes, Sterling, that is a fantastic idea. I love it. But, yeah. Okay, so. And then Q. And then Q. Right, I would make it.
Remember, the
But-
building's on fire as well, so you're going to have to
Building's
be.
on
But-
fire, and you would make it,
Not
but you'd have to do your action at the end of the round, to be clear.
exactly. Now, I will go here still, which is 34. So, oh, no, I have to change the thing. 34, I go here and assess the situation. Because when I was here outside, I didn't know what's happening inside. I assumed that this thing was still on the other two, would have given me free access to the hose and then wash it. This thing is coming back now. So now I have to run all the way back here to get in this way and go to the pipe. But there is fire in between, so I'm just looking. I think I will be just watching to see where it goes and what it does. Because if the fire brigade comes, as it presumably will when they see the fire, they will be washing with the pipes, with the hose, and the water. They will be washing this thing. So actually it could come in our favor, in our, advantage to wait for the fire brigade. This is all Francis' reasoning in the head in that split second. There's a lot of thinking in that split second. So. Sterling, everything is going on fire here, and the big thing is coming back. I'm whispering.
I think everyone's going to be dead soon. I think just go for it. Try and get the hose working, and I'll run in after you to help.
No, I don't want to do that, Sterling, because if I am there, I'm exposed.
I know, but the other two guys are going to get eaten by the monsters or tickled to get to death. Guy's unconscious. So I didn't put the building on fire this time. That was someone else's idea, so...
Well, last time was a good idea at the time. He's crying a bit.
Put your big boy pants on, Francis. You're going to have to do it. There's really no other options.
I really thought it was gonna
make another intelligence check for me, please.
I really thought it was gonna help. Plus, I saw you wanted to do that earlier, and I thought, why not? Yes.
Success. So, going from what you were thinking earlier, the fire brigade would be en route at some point, like you said, and they would be using large amounts of running water, to put the fire out. So you're reasonably confident that this creature, if it didn't disappear beforehand, would be washed away by the fire brigade.
So you're very welcome, Sterling, to go in if you want to. Oh yeah, I'm running away.
It's more about Agent Lincoln.
Actually,
is it Vinny? Sorry, I'm like, they might be dead if we don't stop the monsters.
The thing is, yes, you're right, Sterling. The thing is that it's not this monster that is on Vinny and Agent Lincoln. It's the other two, and I don't think the other two are made of black. So even if we wash this thing, they will still exist. So my idea is to run here and down here, and then here in probably about 4 or 5 hours. I will be.
I was going to say the day after.
Or maybe just go back here and then I can shoot them.
Okay, fair enough. No, I understand.
Yeah, so I've done 34 there. I could run back.
Can you run through the building, Francis? Will it be quicker if you can run through the other door on the other side?
What, through the building? You really want to see me dead? Oh, you mean down here?
On the fight? Yeah. Would that be faster? Because there's no fire there yet. It might save you a little bit of time.
Well, but if I come here at this point here, I can shoot them. While I'm done here, then I have to go here. It's a lot longer.
Yeah, you better run him back where Guy is, I think, if you're
So
going to shoot him.
Presumably I can go back to, what did I say, 34?
34? No, 100.
Somewhere here.
100.
No, but I've run 34 to here.
Oh, did you?
So
I see. Okay, yeah. Okay, no problem.
So I think I'm about there.
Okay. Did you want an action to happen? I guess there's not much you can really do there, is there?
Guy, come back to us. We need you. You need to shoot these things.
Okay, so it did in fact tick down to 0. Guy, you regain consciousness. You're suddenly outside the slaughterhouse in the dark, cool night sky. You come to your senses.
Okay. And so you'll have to make a judgment call here.
Okay.
But I think, just as a player, I think Vinny deserves a chance to live here and needs immediate first aid. And I know Guy, he's just coming to, but maybe he sees this character who's dying and just there's a flicker of life left. Could he rush over? And it's more than his 21 feet, but at the end of the round, could he try a first aid?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I'll say that you sit up and you see Kev standing over Vinny, desperately fighting these two Nightgaunts. Vinny is on the floor in a pool of blood. You can see from the fire inside, it's illuminating through the doorway, and you are able to move over. And at the end of the round, try a first aid check. Perfectly happy with that, no problem.
Okay. So that's it.
Okay, so the first Nightgaunt is going to swipe at you, Kev, since it's engaged with you at the moment. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
Sorry, I'm going to fight back.
Okay. Here comes its fighting attack. It gets a hard success. You need an extreme success or higher in order to defeat it.
Of course I do. Where's Brawl on here?
Hey. How'd you pull that one out of a hat?
I have no idea. It's the first time I've done anything this go.
Very good. Be sure to take that off. So you get.
It's already ticked, but
okay.
So for that, what do I do that though? I guess I just bash it with the rifle. Or
I
something?
suppose you bust it with the base of the weapon, and you do your damage, whatever your damage is, plus damage bonus, because it's an extreme success. So you do. It's not a piercing weapon, so it's not as much as extreme damage, or it can sometimes be, but it's still max damage plus max damage bonus, I believe. So whatever your brawl is, we'll say it's the equivalent of your truncheon.
Well, yeah, a blackjack. Okay, so that's 1d8 plus damage bonus. And my damage bonus is 1d4.
Okay, so you bash it for 12 points of damage because you got an extreme success.
Okie doke.
Very good. It's got 2 points of armor, so I said 12, it goes down to 10, which was one more than you needed to finish it.
I see, Duane, he does it properly, not this exactly the hit points he did.
It screeches in pain and drops to the floor, twitching on the ground in front of you, and then lies still.
I'm teaching you flying fish, man. Am I still mad? Or I have some.
Yes, you're still for 4 more rounds. It's going for a while because you rolled a 7, unfortunately. I think Duane only rolled a 4. The second Nightgaunt, seeing you approach Duane, Guy, is going to take a swing at you. Would you like to fight back or dodge?
I'll dodge.
Okay, incoming swipe at you. It rolls a fumble. So it flies into the door. It sees you coming and swoops down to try and swipe at you. And because it's paying so much attention to you, it doesn't notice the door in front of it. Hits the door and slides down the door and lands on the floor with a thunk. That is its turn. Because it was a fumble, it's not going to get to move anywhere, and it's now on the floor. I'll put a marker on it. We'll put the snail marker on it to indicate that. Sterling, your turn.
Sterling's still a bit worried about the monster inside. So he's like, if I don't see you again, bye, Frances. And he's going to take a big gulp of air and run in. Will he get to the hose pipe?
What's your movement? You're there, right? So your movement is 7.
Yeah,
so
I could get to the hose pipe. So yeah. Oh, right, because the movement is different. Sorry. Yeah.
So So from
His movement is different from mine. Sorry, yeah.
so 105 feet. Yep, you can in fact make it to the hose.
Okay, I'm running to the hose, and I presume my action means I can turn it on.
You can, but this will happen at the end of the round.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh
I'm
no!
taking a big gulp of air, so that's fine.
Okay, no problem. Rawhead and Blackbone's turn. I'll give it a perception check because you came in from behind it. It's looking out the door kind of thing. It does have multiple heads, and it seems to be more of a what's the word I'm looking for? How to describe it? It's more of a consciousness, a manifested consciousness. So it doesn't really have eyes and vision. So it's got a good chance of sensing you, but it will still have to see if it notices you in amongst the fire and stuff like that.
Plus, it doesn't know what I'm doing yet. If the water's
Precisely.
not on,
You also
right?
haven't agitated it at all, so it's just going to see if it notices you, which I suppose would be an intelligence check, but it's got an intelligence of 5. So unless it got pretty close.
Yay!
Unless it rolls a critical or whatever, it's not going to notice you. So it's just still just standing there, it's apparently just ominously staring out the door while the fire spreads all over it, and it hasn't noticed you at all. Vinny, Abe, Guy, you get your first aid attempt now at the end of the round.
Okay, here it comes. Okay, I'm going to spend 13 luck to succeed.
No problem, very nice. So, Vinny, you come back to consciousness with 1 hit point. I think he comes back to consciousness. Let me just check. So,
I think he's just stable.
yeah, sorry, he just stabilizes and then he needs a medicine roll, doesn't he?
I'll look that up, but I think for now he's still unconscious but stable.
Yeah, it says the stabilization of the dying character. The now stabilized character must continue to make con rolls at the end of each hour, failure of which results in them losing the 1 hit point and then reverting to the dying stage. And then a successful medicine roll made on a stabilized character restores 1d3 hit points and clears them from the dying phase. So, from being stabilized to being conscious.
Mm-hmm.
But the medicine check obviously takes an hour to do, because that's how long medicine checks take. So,
But he's stable for an hour now, isn't he?
yes, Vinny, at the moment you're stable. As long as the hour doesn't come up, you don't have to make any more con rolls. But you are still unconscious, unfortunately. Abraham, your turn.
So this creature is prone in front of me.
That's correct.
So does that give me a bonus to shoot, or only if I'm going to hit it physically?
It gives you a penalty to shoot, but a bonus to melee.
If I drop my gun and stab it, I could just club it with a. I'll club it with a gun. Should I do that as a blackjack?
You may damage your weapon if you fumble, but yes, I'll allow it.
Okay.
No, okay, so you get a success. Regular success.
I've got a bonus as well, though, haven't I?
Yes, you do have a bonus die. Good shout, yeah. Turns that into a 15, which is 1/4 is quarter.
Yeah.
Not a fifth, unfortunately, so it's a hard success. It's going to try and fight back because that's the creature's not natural response. It is on the ground, so it gets a penalty die, though. So fighting maneuver is a failure, and the penalty turns into a 55, so it's still a failure. So you do 1 point of damage to it, unfortunately.
I don't think that's
no,
rolled
wrong.
right.
Yeah, that's wrong, because it's at least 1 plus your damage build. So roll a d8 plus a d4, please, for us.
Inconsistent. So that's only 2 points of damage, isn't it? 'Cause it's got 2 armor.
That's correct.
You don't get anything extra for the odd success, do you?
No, it has to be an extreme success. So you do 2 points of damage to it. It is still alive and scrabbling around in the dirt as you batter it with the bottom of your rifle. Evidently, it's not as an effective weapon as you'd hoped it would have been. Would you like to move anywhere?
No, I'm just going to stand over it, trying to impede it from getting up.
Okay, that would have been a maneuver, but
Okay, well, I'll just stand over it.
Yeah,
I mean,
you basically
I can't let it get any of the other two, so that's fine.
Okay, no worries. Francis, your turn.
Okay, so 23. Hang on. That will be 82. So I could go 120, but I'm not going there. The idea was to come here. No, hang on, I have to change the thing. To come here, but not really here. I can't ping because it's outside, so it would be that way. To see if Sterling can manage. If not, I will start shooting this thing to distract. If this thing notices Sterling, I will start shooting it to distract him.
Oh, I completely forgot about Sterling's action as well. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Your action should have gone off after Guy's medicine action. First aid
Okay,
action.
so go back.
Because you were shooting the hose, weren't you? You moved up to the hose.
Yeah, but you said I had to wait till the end, so I was just gonna. Or the only thing I was gonna say is I'll put a little bit of water near me and then shoot it at the beast.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you turn on the hose and the running water, the jet of water, spews out and hits this creature in the back. It immediately begins to dissolve. The black begins dispersing as the running water separates out its cells and dilutes the black, and the skulls begin clonking onto the floor. The bones start clattering down, and you hear a voice saying, "How? What knowledge do you possess to achieve this?" And it turns slowly to look at you as it becomes a big sodden pile of goo, and the black dissipates and dissolves. And it disappears back into a pile
gonna be like,
of bones.
I don't know if the book's out yet, but he's like, I read The Wizard of Oz. That's how he knows, because the film's not out yet.
Yeah, fair enough. So that is your turn. That everything else, I guess, carried on the same way as it would have carried on. So yeah, Francis, your turn now. You don't know it yet, but the creature has been dissolved.
No, exactly. So I do exactly what I was thinking of doing, which was going here. I put myself there because I want to be at the farthest away possible from these things, still in line with the big monster that all of a sudden, it's on a pile of goo on the floor. Is that?
Yeah, you see Sterling standing amidst the flames with a big
with a hose in his hands,
spewing water out all over.
I look at him, open my arms, and I go at him and look at him, open my arms, and I go and say, "Wow, you've done it!" And then between my teeth, "Damn, I could have been me doing that."
Yep.
But you didn't hear that because I'm smiling. Smiling. And you said, "Wow, you've done it!" And then, damn, I could have been me.
After Sterling's reputation with like smashing and exploding asylums, that he wants to be in the paper for putting out a fire. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm really pleased that you managed, obviously, because the thing is gone. Maybe I'm shouting you. Maybe it's a good idea to just wash everything, Sterling. This tank here, the room down here as well. Just wash everything. And because I still have movement because that was 80, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I'll back up a bit.
Okay. So you've got like another 30 feet or something, isn't it? 100 and I can't remember what your.
Yeah, well, I would just go 5, there
so
because I see this thing. Yeah, I see this thing on the ground. I see the other thing there. Too many people to shoot this thing, because if I miss, I'm gonna hit one of those 3. So no, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, no problem.
Actually, sorry.
Yeah.
Can I just go back where I was? I had another 120. So another bit to get to 120 was about around here.
Yes.
If I remember right, I actually passed and I finally on the right side.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Unconscious can now disappear. Guy, it is your turn.
Okay, with this movement speed of 7, I have a maximum move of 105 feet. Like, if I just drag Vinny to safety, could I get like maybe half of that? About 50, 52 feet?
Yeah, I'll allow that. That's fine.
All right, so I'm just going to westward off the map, I guess. I'm just going to drag him out of here.
Okay, so Guy disappears westward with Vinny in his being dragged along in his clutches. Clutches is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. In his custody. This one is dead, so I'll delete it from the turn order. The other Night Gaunt is on the floor. It's going to get up and jump and fly upwards. And as it flies upwards, it's going to make a swing at you, Abraham, again. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
I think we're in the mood to fight back.
Okay. Fighting attack. It's a failure. You need a success or higher in order to hit it.
Clicked on it.
You fail. You don't fumble. Close. But you fail. So you miss it as well as it flies past you. And it is just going to move 36 feet away up in the air back towards the darkness inside the rafters, having seen its friend die and taking quite a lot of damage. Whoops. So it flies up into the darkness in the rafters, and you can't really see where it's gone now, but you know the kind of area that it went into. Sterling, you see the creature fly in upwards into the rafters. It's now your turn. The fire is spreading throughout the warehouse. You did use water to dissipate this creature, but it was only from a hose pipe. And this now is a gasoline fire that's been burning for a good 15 seconds in an old rundown slaughterhouse where there's plenty of wood and rafters and stuff for it to catch alight. So the whole building is now going up in flames basically around you.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I think I'll leave the hose running, but I'm just going to run outside the other way. So I'll run back the way I came. So I guess I'll get there again. That's where it was before.
Yeah, about there. Yeah, no problem. Let's see. The fire spreads. As I said, as I described, the whole building is now basically going up into flames around... Well, it would have been around you, but you got out of the building. Abraham, your turn.
Shouting, "Burn, you stinking fish fiend!" I'll push the doors too.
Okay.
And don't try to tell me it isn't a flying fish. I know it is.
Francis, it's your turn. Abraham's babbling something about flying fish and kicking.
Yeah, I'm going next to Abraham and I grab him under the arm. Let's go, Angel Lincoln. Let's go before the fire brigade comes in, and I'll disappear with. Hopefully, he's gonna be led away from here.
Yeah, as long as he's not resisting you, I'll say you can move him your movement range. So 8 times 3 is 24 feet. Abraham, are you resisting at all?
No.
Okay, so she leads you gently 24 feet away from the slaughterhouse. The Night Gaunt is... You don't know what happens to it. It disappears into the darkness, and as those shadows envelop it like silken threads, and it seems to just disappear, but you can't see any of this because you've all left. Sterling, your turn.
Yep, I will run. Well, I'll run down here. I'm just trying to get. I'm trying to get off the map now. You said where the river is.
Okay, no problem. And I'll assume, well, that's basically it now, isn't it? So we move back to Abraham, who has one more turn of paranoia. But you're all off the map now. You all move away from the slaughterhouse, and I'm assuming no one's doing anything at this point other than retreating from the burning building. Unless anyone would like to correct me and do anything else.
No, I'll just go with them.
Okay, so I'll move you back to the Arkham, Massachusetts map. So we agreed the slaughterhouse was up here somewhere near the river, so you're up there on the edge of a burning slaughterhouse. You seem to have thwarted all the evil and destroyed everything that was attacking you. The Blackheads are nowhere to be seen. They've run for their life and are gone. So you are all now alone in the dark night.
We have to get Vinny to the hospital right away. He's got 1 hour, by my estimation.
Yeah.
Yeah. With your first aid check that you succeeded, you can divulge that. Yeah, you can clarify that he's got about an hour to live.
I can try medicine if you want.
No, that's. Are you really good at it? More so than the hospital, because we only get one crack at this.
It takes an hour to do a medicine.
Oh right. Well, I'm pretty good actually at medicine, but
pretty good or really good?
What's the hospital likely to be at?
I'd like to hope pretty good.
They're likely to be around 80%.
Yeah.
I'm not far behind them. I'm on 70, so.
Well, we did bring our cars here, right? So it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody else drives, I could try to perform medicine on the way. I don't know how long it takes us to get to the hospital, so.
The hospital will be
I'm very
about
happy to
a
drive,
40 minute drive, something like that. I can't.
Okay, well.
And then they're going to take a whole hour for their medicine check, which means that Vinny in the meantime would have to make a roll, right?
Yes.
So maybe Agent Lincoln is our best chance here.
Yeah, you're going to need to do at least an immediate medicine roll on him if you want him to not have a con roll. Would you like to push it or spend 19 luck?
Vinny, I do coffee on the floor. Do you want me to push it?
Whoosh!
Push.
How would you like
I'll bring up my little black book of first aid and go, oh, that's what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, that's the stomach.
Don't pick holes up. Don't open them, damn fool.
Lovely. Please make another roll. If this fails, unfortunately, you will have done something most likely fatal to him.
I don't want to click now.
Then spend the luck.
Yay!
Very nice. So thumbing through your medical book, you managed to ascertain the correct way to perform CPR and bandage the wound on his forehead and stop the bleeding was the main thing, I suppose, with a head wound.
And I think Vinny gets a D3.
And Vinny gets a D3, speaking mechanically, that's correct. So, Abraham, since you did the medicine roll, how about you do the D3?
Oh, I'm really sorry. The way my roll is going today. Oh, that's not too bad. So that leaves him on 3 hit points now, doesn't it? Because he's got 1 from first aid and 2 from me.
I believe so. Let me just check.
I think the first aid leaves him on 1 hit point, but still sort of clinging to life.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So you're now cleared from the dying phase and you have an extra, so you have 3 hit points in total. That took you an hour, by the way. So were you driving? Did you say he was in the back of your car and you were doing this?
Yeah, that's why it bounced on the bumpy roads, and once we got on the smooth roads, it was all fine.
You kill those things! Kill those things! Kill them!
Yeah, they're all dead. Don't you worry, mate.
Then I pass out.
All right. So where are you guys headed now? You hear
Things to the hospital.
sirens in the distance as the fire brigade make their way towards the burning slaughterhouse that's now ablaze.
And the police are chasing you for speeding.
No, I had everybody go nice and slowly so I could do the first aid.
And he still has a major wound, so I guess we do have to go to the hospital.
We still need to do those mechanics. So yeah, if you want to go to the hospital, that's fine. I guess you take him to the hospital and they put him in the recovery ward. I'm just trying to read how it works when you're in hospital. At the end of each week, you make a con roll because you still have a major wound, like Duane said. So we'll do that first before doing the rest of the investigative development phase. Congratulations, guys! You have in fact finished finally the chapter, the scenario, None More Black. Jacob Dover is dead. Along with him, the secret of summoning the Black. Aside from the little journal that Frances has gotten stowed away about her person. So for Vinny's injury, you make a con roll at the end of each week. Failure means no change. Success means you recover 1d3 hit points. And extreme success is 2d3 hit points and major wound recovery. There are other mechanics, but because you're in the hospital, you get a bonus die on this con roll. So for the first week, please make a con roll with a bonus die. Okay, and the bonus die. Okay, so the success means you get a d3 of hit points back.
Okay. Only one.
Only one. Oh, sorry, I've just realised we've overshot the middle mark. Is everyone okay just to finish this healing point, and then we'll have a break, and then we'll come back for the investigation?
I'm gonna have to go in in a few minutes, just before 9.
Oh, you asked for a 9 o'clock curfew, didn't you? Okay.
Oh no, I mean it's fine. I just mean I won't stick around for the roll bit, so yeah, whatever. But I need to go at 9 o'clock.
No problem. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for letting us know. Okay, so after a week, Vinny, you recover 1 hit point. Once you get back to half hit points, you recover from major wound, and you recover 1 hit point per day. So you are on 5 now, I believe, isn't it, or 4?
4.
4. Okay, so we need at least another week of medical attention. So please roll another d3 with a bonus die.
Another D3 with a bonus?
Sorry, another con roll with a bonus die. Is what I meant to say. Thank you. Okay, regular success, and the bonus 28 turns that into a hard success. Unfortunately, you need an extreme success for it to be the benefit of 2d3. So please roll another d3. Another 2. That takes you up to 6.
That brings me up to 6 out of 11.
Which is above half of your hit points, so you lose the major wound. And they've now recovered you. They finished performing surgery on you, and you are in the ward, stabilized and conscious and feeling much better. You're up and about and eating again. So you recover from this point forward 1 hit point per day.
Cool.
So that
and since he's a former cop, I'll bring him plenty of coffee and donuts every day.
Oh dear, and the stereotypes continue. Lovely. Okay, so that's 2 weeks worth of respite for Vinny. Was anyone else injured with any other injuries like major wounds or?
No major wounds, I don't think, but I
was down 1 hit point. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone will have recovered full health at this point then, because it's been 14 days and you get 1 per day.
Would you want to do Martin's Sterling's investigator development phase before he?
Are you happy to hang around, Martin, for 15 minutes, or would you just like to go now?
No, I can stay until 9 o'clock. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so if we move on to the investigative development phase, how about you roll first, and then we can get that done, and you can disappear.
Yeah. If you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we could take a break, maybe, or. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great, because then we can spend the last hour doing the investigative development phase. Happy with that? Yeah. Good suggestion.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys anyway. Next, I presume next week's normal, is it?
Yes. Nothing happening for me next week, so I intend to do the new scenario as planned.
Oh, yay! This is the one I want to fail, right?
That's correct. So in the investigative development phase, for the people watching at home, the way it works is once you succeed in a check during a scenario, you get a check mark next to the skill. And then during the investigative development phase, keep rolling, by the way, Martin, while I'm describing.
Is it a D12?
D10. D10.
D10.
Yeah.
So
during the investigative development phase, each skill that you've checked, you roll, and you have to score above what your current rating is. Normally in Call of Cthulhu, you need to score under it in order to succeed. In this way, very nice, 10 points.
What does that mean? So I'm crazy charming,
you go up to
now.
83 charm skill.
Okay,
If you succeed at failing the check, if you roll above what your current level is, you then get to roll a d10 and add that d10 to your skill. So that's the way of improving your skill. So as your skill goes up, it becomes harder and harder to improve it.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yay.
getting some big numbers here from Martin for Sterling. So his brawl now goes
So I
up
always
to
have to go last.
55.
Now all the gods are on my side.
Spot hidden, everything's going up. Very nice. Gonna have to
This
start-
one's a 10, that means there's a glitch though, so let's see what happens.
I'm gonna have to start killing some of these characters off. They're getting too powerful.
Oh no, okay, that's this is not all
Oh, don't worry. That means I'm gonna succeed to all of my development phase as the other one.
Oh, I'm
as the
well
other
happy
two.
with that. I got crazy skills, so yeah, I will add them. Someone else can go next while I roll the mathematics then.
Is that you done then, Martin?
Yeah,
Luck.
there wasn't that much
Oh.
for me.
Luck.
Yeah, so I'll
Luck.
just add them.
Yeah, don't forget luck as well.
Oh shit, yeah, luck as well. Oh, okay, nothing happens with that.
All right. So, guys,
Done,
as we
yep.
said, we'll take the break now since we kind of overshot it by 15 minutes. Martin's going to disappear now, so we'll be back in about 5 minutes. We'll slightly longer. We'll say at 55, 8 minutes, just so people have a long break. We'll be back at 8:55 to carry on with the investigative development phase. Please don't go anywhere. right, we are back with our Call of Cthulhu campaign. We've just finished the None More Black scenario in the Doors to Darkness campaign pack. We are now moving on to the investigator development phase. Martin has finished rolling his improvement checks as Sterling Lake and has disappeared, so we'll move on to the next investigator. Frances mentioned that she'd like to go last. Was there anyone who'd like to go next? Otherwise, we'll just do it in order. We'll do it in reverse order from the bottom. That way, Frances ends up last. So, Paul, would you like to roll Vinny's next?
Sure. I have a question. I have disguise checked, but I don't remember.
Disguised in the boat. You disguised the boat with.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't remember disguising myself or anybody. So, all right.
Trust in the check mark.
So, what do we do here?
So you roll a normal roll on each one that is checked, and you're aiming to fail the roll. Okay, so disguise failed. That means you succeeded at improving it. So you now roll a d10.
Okay.
And then whatever you get, you add to that skill. So you get 4 more points to disguise, so you're up to 34.
Edit mode. 34. And then unclick the dot. Okay.
Yep.
And then my only other one is the dodge.
Okay.
And
unfortunately,
that's not going to help me.
No, you did not succeed at improving that. You came in quite late at the end there, so that's why you've only got a couple of skills
Correct.
checks. But
you didn't get any.
Sorry.
You didn't get any handgun shots.
Oh yeah, handgun is the other one. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. You also get a luck chance as well to improve your luck.
And nothing's going to improve on the handgun and luck.
Yep, luck will go up by a factor of, well, not a factor of, by the amount of.
D10 also?
D10 also, yeah. 7.
7.
Very nice.
That's good.
Yeah. So that goes up to 52.
Perfecto.
And we've healed off your wound over the course, and your full health returns after the course of 2 weeks, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll put my hit points back to 11.
Yeah. In terms
Correct.
of what happens over those 2 weeks, we'll discuss that next at the start of next session. If people want to do things, we can organise that in between sessions and write it into the story. You all also get a chance now to do downtime in terms of seeing psychiatrists, seeing alienists, and self-help and things like that. So, Vinny, would you like to do any self-help or pay? Unfortunately, the bureau psychiatrist is obviously no longer available to you, but you can pay. I'd say it would cost around $35-40 for an alienist to see you.
No, I think I'm good.
Any self-help to improve your sanity at all?
Would that be with talking with significant people?
Well, it doesn't have to be your significant person, but it's interacting with elements of your backstory.
Yeah, I'll just have been talking with some of the visitors from the police department. They've come to see me while I've been recuperating, and they kind of cheers me up and helps me.
Okay, so that acts as a form of psychological support. You make a sanity roll.
Okay.
Please.
Fail.
That's a failure. So let me see. Success results in 1d6. Failure results in a loss of 1 sanity, and the element of the backstory is revised by the keeper to reflect that failure. So one more time, what was it you were doing? You were interacting with...
all my former coworkers who came to see me in the hospital.
Okay, so something happens when they come to see you, and maybe you lose your temper with them, or they don't believe the story you told of the big creature, the big demon that you washed away with water in the warehouse, and you've kind of fallen out with them.
Okay.
So you have estranged. If you could write that into the friend box in your character sheet, you have now estranged friends.
Okay.
No worries, thank you.
In this one, do you get any points back for the things like, having defeated the thing and whatever else?
Yes, yeah. Did you want me to give out sanity rewards now? I was going to do it at the very end.
Oh, no, if it does at the end, that's fine. I didn't know if you'd remembered or not.
I suppose I should do it now because then you can decide whether or not you want to do self-help and stuff like that, don't you, based on how much sanity you have after the rewards.
Right, it could affect whether you succeed or fail on your self-help.
Yeah. Okay, so you're absolutely right. We should have done that first. I'm sorry, Vinny. We can redo your sanity roll if you like. And we won't revise your backstory unless that happens again.
Oh, okay.
Because you do get sanity back.
You could wait to see if he gets 14 sanity back.
Yeah, that's true. And he might actually.
I already deducted the 1 point from sanity, so I should put it back.
Yes, please put it back
to 61 out of 70.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then change your backstory again. Don't roll yet because you're going to get a bunch of sanity back as rewards.
Okay.
So for stopping the black trade, all of you get a D4 of sanity. Very nice. For dealing with Jacob Dover and eliminating him as a threat, you get another D4 of sanity.
Wow.
He's doing well. I'm stuck on the 2s, you're stuck on the 4s. Frances, wow.
Frances gets lots. Not sure she needs it.
She's doing well too, both times.
Yeah. For dealing with the Night Gaunts, you defeated one of them and the other one kind of got away, so I'll give you half the amount you would normally get. That's a D3 of sanity points. And Frances. Very good, thank you. And you're going to like this. For actually defeating Rawhead and Blackbones and destroying it, you gain an additional D10 of sanity points back.
Brings me up to full.
Lovely. So with those rewards handed out, the new sanity levels, Vinny, would you like to use self-help or an alienist at all?
Self-help with the same description I did before.
Mechanics. Yeah. Okay. No worries. Please make
talking to my former coworkers who came to see me in the hospital. Make a sanity check.
Yes, please, and your sanity roll to see how it goes. An extreme success. That's much better, obviously. Okay. Okay, so there is no extra benefit for the different level degrees of success. A success simply results in a D6 of sanity returned. So please roll a D6, and obviously your backstory isn't revised now, and your friends come and cheer you up, and you all share donuts and coffee together, and talk about the good old days when people respected the law. So
what am I doing?
Rolling a D6.
A D6 slash R. Okay. Slash R.
Okay, you get 2 more points of sanity.
Well, I'm up to full.
Full should be 99.
You can actually go over what you started with. But it
really?
You have to change the number on the right on the sheet because you up to maximum is 99 minus your Cthulhu Mythos knowledge. So if you add 10 Cthulhu, your maximum would be 89.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, Vinny? Sorry. Yeah.
72 out of 72. Is that correct?
It should be 72 out of... What's your Cthulhu Mythos? Is it 1, isn't it? Let's have a look.
0. Unless we didn't do that correctly.
I think you're supposed to start with 1 Cthulhu Mythos, aren't you?
Mine's 0 as well.
0.
Okay, so your sanity should be 99 then.
99.
Maximum sanity is 99.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Not your current sanity. Your max sanity should be 99. So the number on the right should be 99.
Right.
So you should be at 72 out of 99.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. And you've literally spent. Yeah.
Did I do the luck roll? I can't remember now.
I think you did. Yeah. Yes, you did. Yeah. So you spent 2 weeks recovering in hospital, and you're released at the end of the 2 weeks, fully healed with much improved sanity. That doesn't give you opportunity to do much, unfortunately, so we'll come back to that a bit later. Guy, are you ready to go on your rolls?
Yeah, but Paul, did you remember to add your 7 luck? I guess you did, right? 'Cause you rolled it. You think you did?
I think we failed. I failed
50.
the luck.
Yeah, you're supposed to fail it, so you should be at 52 luck now if you added the 7.
Yeah, I am. Yep.
Yeah, so you did it,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so Guy has quite a few here, and
Long scenario.
yeah. Okay, starting with fast talk. Ooh. And the D10. 5 to fast talk. And raises it to 60. Okay. Next one. Brawl. Yay, just eke that one out. To raise my brawl by 2 to 27. He's not much of a brawler, is he? Okay, next one is library use. I can't do first aid because I had to spend luck on that one.
That's correct, yeah.
Nope. And persuade. Oh, I have a good chance of raising this one. There we go. By 8, he's now 18% persuasive here. And psychology. Nope. Spot hidden. Okay. 3% better in spot hidden. Raising him to 48. And the final one, stealth. All right. Ooh, big +9 on stealth.
Very nice.
Raising him to 39.
Good one to finish on. And then finally luck.
And luck. I spent some on Vinny's first aid, so let's see if I can recover some. I recovered 6. I had spent 13.
Well, 50% return's nothing to sneer at.
Yeah, gets me up to 40 at least. All right, that's it for rolls.
Okay, and would you like to see an alienist or self-help at all and get some more sanity back?
Yes, both, please.
Okay, so an alienist will cost you, I said $30, didn't I, a few minutes ago? 35.
I think you said
30,
35 or 40.
yeah,
Yeah.
35 to 40. So we'll say $35 if you mark that off.
All right.
And then
So for 12, 10 minus 30, that's 1175. Okay. Still good investment. I still have 1175 in cash. All right.
So I'd say a decent alienist will have about 75% chance of helping you. So please roll a D100. You're looking to roll under 75.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, very nice. So you get a D3 of sanity.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Alienist, Dr. Alienist. So yeah, my sanity is not doing too bad now, 68. And the self-help.
Okay, so what is it you're doing to self-help? What part of the backstory are you using?
Let's see, the one I have as asterisk is key connection is meaningful location, so I'm going to avoid that one.
Okay.
And go with, I'm just going to spend a lot of time with my little cat Philippe. I think he's forgiven me for my past insane indiscretions.
It has been a while, so yeah.
So here we go.
Sanity roll.
check.
That's correct, yeah.
Oh,
dear, oh dear. So you lose a sanity point, unfortunately, and the cat now is possibly feral towards you.
Oh no.
He's gone from disliking you to outright hostility at this point, and he's raising his hackles and growling at you whenever he comes near you. Apparently, your touches with darkness have not gone unnoticed by the feline senses.
Okay, I'm bringing him to an animal shelter. I can't deal with this anymore myself.
Okay, probably wise. So you completely revoking that part of your backstory, and the cat's now gone to the animal shelter. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's no longer my treasured possession.
Oh, that's sad, but okay, no problem. Lovely. So you recover from indefinite insanity after D10 hours, which happens obviously over the course of Vinny being in hospital, and your 1 hit point comes back at the end of the day as well. Is there anything that you'd like to do over the course of the 2 weeks that Vinny's in hospital?
I have been visiting Vinny frequently because, he came within a hair's breadth of death, and for him to continue investigating with us, I think he's going to need some good moral support. So I think that's what I'm focusing on.
Lovely. Okay, frequent visits to the hospital, no problem. Thank you.
I think it's a little bit more of a romantic attraction going on here.
Ooh. Lovely.
Well, we don't have to go that far yet, but just
The donuts are really delicious.
He's high on sugar, that's what it is. Okay. So we'll move on then in that case to Kevin as Abraham Lincoln. Please make your improvement checks. Good failure.
Whoops. Roll. And gun. Now I'm hitting things.
No, you can't stop. You're on a roll.
Oh, come on!
It's so difficult, isn't it?
Now you know how I felt last time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, you're too good at that already.
Oh.
Yep. I know the feeling.
Finally.
There you go.
You could use that psychology increase. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh, you hate to see it. Stealth will go up at least. That's good. Stealth's quite an important one. Take you up to a nice round 60.
That's it.
Oh dear, and don't forget
Let
luck.
me just. Yeah.
Ooh, by 1. Oh, and a fat
You're
line.
doing great, yeah.
Not bad, not great, but a couple of points there is good. So again, would you like to see an alienist or self-help at all for your sanity?
Yeah, I'll cop up the 35.
Okay.
What was it? 75, was it?
75 you're aiming to roll under, yeah. Okay, so you get a D3 of sanity points back. One point of sanity. And are you self-helping at all?
No, I'm not.
Okay, no worries. So your temporary insanity also vanishes over the course of a good night's rest. You weren't wounded at all, were you? This time?
No, I wasn't.
So your hit
Yeah, this time, yeah.
your hit points are fine. Is there anything you'd like to do over the 2 weeks that Vinny is in hospital?
Yeah, I think so. What was the cost of getting some training?
Oh, that I'd have to look into again, but it depends on the training. It's I don't know. Can you remember the mechanics I messaged to you before?
I want to go down the range if I can. So
Yeah. Can we sort that out in between sessions? I'll have to look it up.
yep.
Because I can't remember where it tells you where it is in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, no,
rulebook.
sorry, I can't.
I'm just gonna have to look it up again. Sorry. No worries. So we'll say you do that for your 2 weeks. I think you have to spend like a month training, and then you get like a D3 or something, but you have to pay for
Right.
it. But yeah, we'll say you're spending time at the range shooting. Okay, and then finally, Frances, your.
Okay, so Kevin, you actually done much better than what I have done last time, as I have succeeded, if you remember, succeeded every single one of them. Let's see how bad I can do tonight. Right, here we go. Let's start. Ah, there you go. Of course.
Good start.
And next. Oh, come on, really? Oh. Ah, finally.
Better at that check than
Right, this one goes up. Next. Oh, come on. So now we got. Oh, wow.
that's a good one to move up.
Occult is very good, yeah.
10.
That is a
Yeah.
good one.
Kev, while she's doing that, I can tell you the rulebook says one should not go to school and learn more than a D10 points in a skill per 4 months of game time without good reason. The keeper decides if multiple courses can be taken and how to judge if the investigator's close participation is satisfactory. I said 4 months was a little long for an improvement check to Elena, so I think I ruled it takes you a month to improve the skill the first time, but each subsequent improvement you make to a skill then causes the learning time to increase by a month.
Right.
So your first skill improvement will take a month. So if you spend 2 weeks shooting, you can spend another 2 weeks shooting to then do a skill improvement check like you do normally.
Okay. Well, he's practicing his rifle.
Okay,
Well,
and I would say a shooting range wouldn't cost you more than $20 or something.
Right.
So just remember, you've got another 2 weeks of training, and then you can make a rifle improvement check like normal. Luck, very nice. An extra 8 points.
I'm done. Need to do the sanity thing.
Yeah, would you like to see an alienist?
Yep.
Okay, please make a D100. You're aiming for less than 75 again. Uh-ohs. That is a failure. Let's just
Hang
have a
on,
look.
I'm changing the money. Hang on.
Okay, so failure just doesn't mean anything. It's if it's a fumble, that's when you lose sanity points. So you lose,
Okay.
you pay to see the alienist, and he tells you, unfortunately, with your acute diagnosis of sanity, he cannot help you.
Okay.
And would you like to self-help at all?
Yes.
Okay, what part of your backstory are you using to self-help?
Okay, I'm going to see my grandmother. I'm very attached to her.
But it's not.
And I'm very attached. I'm very attached to her dog, a lovely big fluffy dog.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Rufus. And I take him for walks, and while we are at the lake, I tell him all the story, entire thing that has happened. And he's listening, and he's moving his head, that he's moving his head again, and it seems, it's enough for me to see that he's understanding.
Okay, lovely. Please make a sanity roll.
All right, so I roll on sanity, right?
Yeah, and you want to,
Oh.
succeed. Very nice. So you get a D6 of sanity back.
D6.
Oh dear.
Come on, Rufus. Could have done a bit better than this. I'm not sure. I guess at some point he got fed up of listening and he just chased a fly or something.
If Rufus wants a playmate, I have a cat you might want to adopt.
Okay, and I'll ask you the same question as everyone else, Francis. Since you were recovered after a couple of days, is there anything that you'd like to do with the 2-week interim that Vinny is in the hospital?
Yes, I want to go and shoot.
Okay, I believe you've done some shooting before, haven't you? A couple of weeks, is that correct?
I have, yes.
Okay, so these will be your last 2 weeks of the first month, so please make an improvement roll with the... Is it handgun you're shooting or the shotgun?
Shotgun.
Okay, you want to fail this shotgun roll.
Okay.
Oh, unfortunately you're unable to improve it.
This is very harsh. It's very difficult to improve things in here.
I think you're just a bit unlucky.
Yeah. I don't think the Roll20 likes me.
It's all just stats, isn't it? It's like 40% chance of that not failing.
No, it's Roll20 that doesn't like me. It knows that I'm rolling, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one of those things you're going to have to accept, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Well.
Apart from that, I think that's it, guys. We don't have any other rewards to hand out. Everyone's fulfilled their investigative developments. Unless anyone has any other business they'd like to attend to.
Oh, yes, there was... one more thing that I was training on was disguise.
Oh, you were training on disguise, were you? So have you done a couple of weeks of training of that before? I can't remember. How far were you into that? I think
so. Yeah, you have to look at it, perhaps. I can't remember, sorry.
That's right. I'll take a look at our Discord.
I think so, I did. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, we're going to look at it because I can't remember. I'm not sure.
That's okay. I'm just looking at it now. Yes, so you did 2 weeks before, and then you did that disguise trick where you showed up at the start of this scenario. You showed up as a postman, didn't you? Dressed as the postman, and that was part of your practice. So after this 2 weeks, that's the full month of the first time doing disguise. So again, please make a improvement check on disguise, and you're aiming to fail this.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen. Oh,
by 2. That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes, I am. But, never mind.
No worries. Are you studying the book over the 2 weeks as well?
Yes, I am.
Jacob Dover's journal. Okay. So I'll get back to you at the start of next episode as to regards of what happens there, and what spells you pick up from that. Apart from that, that's it for this session, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for playing as well. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I hope you all enjoyed it. We finally finished the None More Black scenario. That one was a wonder. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'll be streaming next, guys. Probably tomorrow afternoon. I'd like to get back to some of the games that I've been playing, so hopefully I'll see you all there for that. If not, I'll see you in some other content I produce. I try and make content at least once a week nowadays. So, Salway, till next time. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Buonasera.